Hello, thank you for joining me once again on the channel. What follows is a technique that enables you to get to work with the emotions that are operating at a subconscious level. Now, this is important because our emotions are continually making impressions, whether we're aware of them or not. So it's important that we get to know what emotions are operating for us at a subconscious level so that we can change them and that we're making the impressions on consciousness that we always want to make. Now, I do need to let you know that the audio for the technique itself is very quiet, so you're going to have to increase that. I do apologize, there were some sound issues, but it doesn't detract from what I'm telling you to do. Now, this isn't a guided meditation in the sense that I take you in detail through every single step from start to finish. I give you rather more detail at the beginning and then it's more truncated towards the end, but this is absolutely fine. It's a complete set of instructions. I recommend that you listen to it a couple of times so that you're clear about what you're being asked to do, and then when you feel comfortable and you know what's going on, then you take it in whichever direction you want to take it. Personalize it further if you want to. It's just important that you know how to contact, how to isolate and identify your emotions subconsciously, and then you can start working with them however you wish. So sit back, relax, as I say, listen to that's my recommendation, listen to the guided technique from start to finish a couple of times so you really feel that you get a sense of what's happening. Now, I do want to say this, and I will make a point of this going forward, that try not to treat these sorts of exercises as transactional tools. That's to say, you put something in, you get something out. I want there to be a more unified fluidity to your engagement with this material. I want you to start to think of yourself as being a part, certainly in terms of your greater aspect, the creative part of you, being a complete part of everything that's going on. Because we are individualized and we engage the physical world through our human expressions, it can feel that we are separate, but we really are one. So I want you to have a sense of your unity with everything, a sense of your unity not only with what you're doing, with your emotions, but a sense of unity with everything that is expressed in the physical world. And just allow that to really infuse your experience, because you'll find it's more rewarding. Now, you may not fully understand everything that I'm saying, but don't worry about that. The important thing is for you to consent to this being true. Consent to the esoteric facts, if you like, that are really driving your experience of life. So I will, as I say, talk in subsequent videos a bit more about this unity that we share, but in the meantime, just have fun with this process. See it as something that's going to assist you in moving forward, and just look forward to the wonderful results that lay ahead. Thank you for joining me, as I say, and I will be with you in the next upload. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this upload, I'm going to be taking you through a powerful, effective, and highly rewarding technique for disrupting impression-expression cycles that are not beneficial to you. Now, when it comes to expressing or manifesting the things we want in life, we are often very preoccupied with the thoughts and emotions that we are aware of on a conscious or surface level, and pay little to no attention to the thoughts and emotion that lay buried within the depths of us. It's important that we are aware of these thoughts and emotions, because they are just as capable of producing impression-expression cycles as our conscious thoughts and emotions are. If there are any conditions and circumstances in your life that misalign with your highest ideals, or are at odds with the kind of conscious mental work that you've been doing, it is more than likely that these conditions and circumstances are the result of a disruptive or destructive impression-expression cycle that's taking place on a subconscious level. So this technique shows you how to disrupt those cycles so that you can continue to see the results that you really want to see. And you can eliminate the things you don't want to experience in your life as well. I will say that this technique requires a slightly greater investment of time. When I was pulling it together from various techniques and methods that I've used over the years and reimagining it for the purpose of this upload, I found that going through the whole thing took me about 20 minutes when I first tried it. So don't rush it, allow it to take its natural course. Later on, when I felt comfortable with all the steps and I was fully persuaded that everything was in place, it only took me about 5 minutes to go through it. You're also going to need to exercise perfect trust and faith in your body of consciousness when doing this technique. The way you do that, or the way you demonstrate that, is to see the technique through to the end, no matter how uncomfortable you may feel. And no matter how strongly you want to regain control over what's happening, if you're able to surrender control, you're going to get the best results. The reason for this is because this is an emotional process, and you need to allow that aspect of yourself that understands emotion fully to take control. I recommend that you do this when you're not interrupted. You don't need to be on the verge of sleep or going to bed, but just make sure that you have time to do this without any external interruption. You could be seated in an armchair or lying down. If you are lying down, please make sure that your head and neck aren't elevated beyond sort of 30 degree angle. Just make sure that whatever you're lying on supports your head and neck. Okay, another thing to note is that you're very welcome to use any technique of relaxation that you know and trust and find works for you and is useful, but I still want you to incorporate the breathing that I'm going to describe as part of the technique itself. So use any meditation that you want. Feel free to adjust yourself, adjust your body, adjust your clothing, make sure you're comfortable, relaxed, hydrated. Scratch your nose if you need to, sneeze, cough, do all of those things. People do ask, they are sometimes worried about moving. Just make sure that you're comfortable. And when you're going through what I'll describe in a moment, which is the descent part, don't worry about what your body is doing. Just focus on what your body of consciousness is doing. Okay, so as I say, use any technique of relaxation you want, but do see the breathing I'm about to describe to you as part of the exercise itself. Now, you're going to be using a series of 10 statements. These statements will be in the description box below, so you don't need to interrupt your listening to make a note of those. Just check them out in the description bar. You may want to write them down, which might make it easier for you when you're doing the exercise yourself, easier for you to remember and recite. So that's about it. Just relax, have fun, open yourself up to new possibilities. It's absolutely fantastic, absolutely wonderful, and something that you are more than capable of doing and deriving maximum benefit from. Okay, so let's begin. In your relaxed state, I'd like you to take a deep breath in through your nose, counting 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please make sure that your eyes are closed and that you are smiling gently. After you've taken the deep breath in through your nose, hold that breath for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then breathe out through your mouth for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd like you to repeat that again. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this time, accompany the out breath with an R sound. Ah. as you are breathing out and making the ah sound, imagine that any tension held in your body is being released at the same time. You are going to breathe in again. This time, breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. If this is uncomfortable for you, stop, take a breath, and switch to breathing in through your nose. But if you are comfortably able to breathe in through your mouth, hold the breath for 4 and breathe out through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking into the space behind your closed eyelids, I want you to imagine that you are standing on a platform. As soon as you feel the platform beneath your feet, you might want to adjust yourself, bounce up and down a little. Think of the sort of platform that a miner might use to descend a miner's shaft. And then allow the platform to descend. Do not try to control how far the platform travels. It will stop at a depth that is appropriate for you. When the platform has stopped, step off it into the darkness around you. You may find yourself visualizing a light in that space. That's quite all right, but you should not be able to see your own face. Allow yourself a moment to acclimatize to the new environment. Notice that the air is not close or claustrophobic, but is refreshing and infused with minerals that are beneficial to your body, derived from the core of the earth itself. Allow yourself to feel the ambient temperature. When you feel acclimatized to the space at this depth, you're going to start reciting the following statements. Allow your physical body to breathe at an even pace. In the darkness, say, I am who I desire to be. Allow yourself to register a sensation in response to that statement. This sensation is the emotion attached to that statement for you at this depth. If the response makes you feel something above your solar plexus or diaphragm, say, I am using this. I am using this. I am using this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If the sensation registers beneath your solar plexus or diaphragm, say, I am through with this, or I am finished with this. I am through with this. I am through with this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You will repeat that process for all subsequent statements. Statement 2. I possess all that I desire to possess. Statement 3. I am doing what I desire to do. Statement 4. Think of someone you love and say, I love because. You can use the name or say, this person. If you cannot think of a person, say, I love myself because, and allow the resulting emotion that exists at this depth to reveal itself to you. Statement 5. Think of something you enjoy and say, I enjoy. You can name the activity or the thing or person, or simply say, I enjoy this because, and allow the resulting emotion that exists at this depth to reveal itself to you. Statement 6. Think of something you dislike and say, I dislike whatever it is because, or I dislike this because. Do not complete the statement. Simply allow the emotion that exists at this depth to reveal itself to you. Statement 7. Think of something or someone you hate and say, I hate whatever or whomever that it is because, and again allow the emotion to reveal itself to you. Statement 8. I consider important because. Think of something you consider important or someone and repeat the process. Remember, do not complete the statement. Statement 9. When I see my own face in the mirror, I feel. Do not complete the statement, but allow the emotion that exists at this depth to reveal itself to you. Statement 10. When I see my own physical body, I feel. Again, allow the emotion to reveal itself to you. When you have completed this process, get back on the platform and allow yourself to ascend. As you get closer to the surface, you may find you feel a little uncomfortable, as the atmosphere that you are physically in may differ greatly from the atmosphere you were just in. Do not force yourself to reintegrate with your physical environment, but allow yourself to be revived in stages. To aid you in coming back to the surface, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, saying ah while moving your fingers and toes. Allow yourself to continue smiling and do not open your eyes until you feel sufficiently revived. When you are fully reintegrated with your physical environment, continue your day, evening or night as normal and allow the work to continue. Okay, thank you everyone. I hope that that was clear. The statements, as I say, will be in the comments box below. So what that process is doing for you is disrupting the impression-expression cycle that exists, that is operating at a subconscious level. Now remember, you're going to say the statement, and once you register where that emotion hits you, whether above the solar plexus or below, you're either going to say, I am using this, I am using this, I am using this, thank you, thank you, thank you, or I am through with this, I am through with this, I am through with this, thank you, thank you, thank you. What you are going to need to do is fully trust that when you say you are using something, using an emotion, your body of consciousness will sustain it for you. When you are through with an emotion, your body of consciousness will eject it or remove it from you. Okay, so remember, indifference is a knife that severs, and emotion is a tie that binds. And so what will happen is that those negative emotions that are operating in the depth of yourself, that are making an impression on consciousness, which are creating a subsequent physical expression, that will disappear from your world. You can use this technique as often as you like. What you will find when you do it is that you will travel to further depths each time. So whenever you do this exercise, don't try to control where the platform stops. Allow it to come to a stop on its own. You will know, you will suddenly feel it stop, and you'll be able to step off onto or into that space in the depth of your consciousness. You are welcome as ever to submit questions below. I really hope you enjoy this technique. I think you're going to be blown away by how phenomenal it is to engage your body of consciousness in this way. And I put it that way because there will come a point where you actually recognize who is in control and who really is the puppet, if you like, or the marionette that's being used to fulfill whatever ends. So enjoy the process. Listen to this as many times as you need to. As I say, the statements will be in the description bar below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next upload.